how to use retatrutide correctly without losing muscle. Um, Basically, I mean, as a trainer for a long time out here in Los Angeles, as a wrestling coach, as an MMA coach, as a former wrestler that had to lose weight for matches, if I was a professional fighter or, wrestling at the world stage, I would definitely use a GLP-1 for weight loss. Because for me, the fear of losing muscle mass is just not there, because I've actually read the data. And the data is you only lose what you're losing is lean mass. And what people don't differentiate on those DEXA scans that say lean mass is a combination of water, glucose, glycogen. What am I talking about? Glycogen and organ and muscle mass, right? But they don't. But they say muscle mass. The scan literally says lean mass, and it combines those things. But when people talk about the study, they say you only lose muscle mass, and it's just not true. So knowing that, and being a lifetime trainer, athlete, at least training like an athlete, I'm not scared at all about losing muscle mass. Because all the medication is doing is bringing down your appetite and making you feel more satiated so that you eat less, putting you in a caloric deficit, which is the only way to lose body fat. So, what's wrong with that? It's like, hold on. You want to lose body fat, and the only way to do it is being in a deficit, but you're not going to do it because you think you're going to lose muscle because of the medication. You think the medication is just going to melt off muscle? It doesn't do that. So, the proper way to use this stuff is you just do the minimal effective dose, which is what I'm doing. I'm on 2 milligrams a week. I'm doing 2 shots a week. On Monday, I'm doing 1 milligram, and on Thursday, I'm doing another milligram for a total of 2 milligrams a week. And that's all I need. That's all I need. I think this is the 4th week I'm on it, and that's all I need. I'm tracking my calories. I'm in a pretty significant deficit, and I don't feel any side effects. I don't feel much fatigue at all. If any fatigue that I feel, any of the fatigue that I feel is just from being in a deficit, and it's slight. I can still work out. I do really tough cardio sessions. I do cardio sessions where my heart rate's up in the 180s, round after round. I run stairs, so I'm good. So really all you got to do is just track your calories, make sure you're eating whole foods, prioritize your protein as always. Nothing changes there. That's if you're an athlete, you should prioritize protein because you're breaking down muscle all the time from your training. If you're a regular person, you're told prioritize protein because you want to keep your muscles, so you have to supply the muscles with the proper nutrients to stay around. But as far as like just being on a GLP-1, like taking away your muscle or melting it off, it's just not going to happen. So, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue to stay on a low dose. Keeps me in a deficit. I'll be losing body fat. I'll continue to work out. I mean, it's not complicated. It's just hard. It's hard to stay disciplined to eat your protein if you haven't done it. And most people getting on GLP-1s are getting on GLP-1s because you've struggled with all these aspects. Simple, not easy, right? And that's most of fitness and nutrition. That's what I tell my clients all the time. And that's what they come to realize after training with me for a long time. It's the levers are few. They're simple, but they're hard to stay consistent with and stick with and stay dedicated to. So, if you are starting your journey, I'm trying to build a community here online where, people can come together and talk about this stuff and share their experiences and learn from a trainer. I mean, I've been training for so long. Like I can't reach the amount of people that are on GLP-1s by just training in person anymore. This is a huge movement right now of people using GLP-1s, and especially like tirzepatide and retatrutide now. And they need guidance. And I understand that that paying for training, for personal training and nutritional coaching is very high priced. I mean, that's why I have a business. And so if I can reach more people at a lower price, it's good for me, business-wise. So that's how I'm thinking about it, obviously. But also, I want more people to be able to help, and when you hear people talk about online about, all right, make more money as a fitness trainer, you charge higher price, and it's like, okay, yeah, cool, but like, the joy I get from helping people isn't necessarily from helping some person that can afford $10,000 a month for my training. I enjoy helping someone who has been struggling for a long time, who finally comes around, makes the right decisions, changes their life. That's more impactful. And there's a lot of them. There's a lot of people out there that need a little bit of coaching, a little bit of accountability. And that's why I'm going to start this community, this, GLP-1 journey community. Whether you're on tirzepatide or semaglutide or retatrutide like I'm on, I'm in the trenches with you. Like I'm doing it, and I'm speaking as openly and honestly as I can, being a really fit person. And the goal is not to stay on this for long term. I have a body fat percentage that I'm trying to get down to. And that's what everybody should be looking at. People say you want to have a weight goal. That's cool. And that serves a purpose until you hit that. And then maybe your biomarkers are not, the best. Maybe your cholesterol is a little higher than you want it to be, or maybe your insulin sensitivity is not where you want it to be, and so those numbers are not cool with you. Well, okay. What we do know is that once you get down to a certain body fat percentage, the likelihood of those numbers correcting and getting into a better position, highly likely. So eventually you'll graduate from weight goal or goal weight to goal body fat percentage. And that when you do that, obviously you need to get a body scan, a DEXA scan. And I've used Body Spec. I'm not sure if they offer it for every state in the country, but Body Spec's perfect. They set you up different locations. I'm out here in LA, so a lot of locations for me to get my DEXA scan, and that's what I'll be posting. I'll be posting my DEXA scan from when I started. I got that DEXA, and then I'll be posting my 10-week update DEXA scan, and we'll see where my body fat percentage is at. And then if I decide to go further, then I'll keep tracking, and and continue down that path. But as far as making this journey easy on yourself, simple concepts, hard to stay disciplined, and joining a community, you just can't. There's really no argument against a community. If you're not willing to pay for personal one-on-one training, then a community at a lower cost is phenomenal. And that's what you need to do. I used to hate hearing people say, you only care about what you pay for. And not necessarily true, right? I care for a lot of things I get for free, right? I try to be very grateful. But when you work all day, working a 9 to 5, and a lot of us work jobs that we don't like, when we spend that money, it better be on something that we're going to see a benefit from. And I really don't think there's anything better to spend your money on than coaching, training, accountability for your health. So hopefully when I start this community, people will sign up, and we'll have a bunch of like-minded people journeying down this GLP-1 weight loss pathway together.